deep in the northern reaches of the Utaru territory, helping out some of the locals with their trials and tribulations, as they're struggling with the Blight, food, politics, and all the rest of it. So we're patching things up for them to help with their immediate problems. The long-term problems will be solved as we complete stuff for Gaia. There's like some sort of settlement or clean valley looking place up above here. So I guess we'll make our way across here and then head up to Riverhymn, where I believe they are fighting rebels. And then after we do that, we'll check this place out, and then we'll come back down the valley, maybe check out the hunting grounds, come back to Plainsong, because a bunch of quests need to resolve there. I missed some Fire Gleam, apparently. And then we'll head west. That's the plan. I realise I've not caught up with the data points. I keep forgetting because the episodes keep running too long. And I've got a skill point I need to spend. Yeah, Riverhymn. There we go. So yeah, the Utaru village of Riverhymn has been on constant attack by Tenakth raiders, as I just said. So we need to go and help them. So the sharp shot bow will probably be quite useful here. Can't really climb here. It's just about sunset. The sun has just disappeared behind the mountains, behind the cliffs. These waterfalls, man. Oh, Zenith want to wipe all this out, don't they? We just kind of have to follow the cliffside. We might have to engage in some melee combat here. I forgot about the skill point. Machine Master is pretty nice, to be honest. Let's just see what else was available for Hunter stuff. I've got to figure out how to use this propelled spike. Does it need... Is there a specific weapon called a spike thrower? Does that mean... So like when I use this... Right, that's with the hunter bow specifically. The weapon there. Right, so I don't think I have this yet, do I? I don't have a spike thrower. No. Right, so I bought a skill I can't use. I thought it was to do with the spear, stupidly. I don't really use the mounts that much. I just find them a little bit herky-jerky to ride. Much prefer using... just traversing on foot, to be honest. Okay, no point upgrading this too much further until we've got some more cauldrons under our belt. Stealth headshots. The heal, I'm not really bothered about. Stealth tear, only good for one hit, really. Impact damage from stealth. Cover weapon stamina. Okay. Not too fussed about most of that. This will probably be quite good for specific enemies that do heavy, like, passive status effects and stuff. Bouncing bomb. That's pretty slick. I feel like I've misunderstood how to use that weapon. Right, we'll save up the skill point. Charge a weapon that uses tear ammo to slice enemies. Hold the weapon drawn before firing to tear into enemies longer. Each catch charges the shredder and increases its damage. Cat? Should we suppose? Is it like a boomerang? Have I just drastically misunderstood how to use this? Like, am I supposed to bounce this? I have no idea. I've no idea. And yeah, I'll try to leave enough time at the end of the video to read about Aether, Demeter, Poseidon, and all the rest of it. Hephaestus, possibly all of the subordinate functions will be there. Okay, some valuables to sell. I thought we might be able to... Nope. There's the moon. Right, can we see this village from here? Right, it's just up the ways here. Let's try and stay on the high ground. For obvious reasons, if we're dealing with a rebel assault. Although they'll probably see our bright yellow arrow quiver on our hip from a mile away.
Keep this for a cook. Sounds like someone's in trouble.
Ooh. Rebel. I don't want to shoot the wrong person. Oh, you had a helmet on, you cheater. Oh, look at that headshot. Oh! They've all got helmets on, man.
That's all I have.
Oh! Oh, damn it. Oops. How did I... Oh yeah, I'm not supposed to move when I use this. I'm running out of machine muscle here.
Don't let them surround you! Save those smiles for your families. The Tanakh understand only strength, and ours was a poor display at best. They will be back.
Are you a former
You.
Tanakh?
The one who actually won this fight for us. A word.
I'm a sniper.
I want everyone fortifying the pass.
Your warriors seem...
Green is early spring. There are children playing with sticks. It's all I can do to keep them alive. It'll only get harder. So far, the rebels have sent mere scouts, but it won't be long till they return for an all-out assault, and if they bring machines with them. We'll need a lot more than eager hearts to win.
You seem to know a lot about Tanakh's tactics.
Back when the Tanakh clans pushed back the Karja raiders, I joined the fight.
The Tanakh taught you how to fight?
More than that,
Thought so.
they taught me how to work with metal. I'm probably the only Utaru who can.
Yeah, good
Never
point.
thought I'd be using what I learned then to fight against them now.
Yeah, everything's wooden, right? Naturalistic. And they worship machines, so they wouldn't get the scrap needed to make weapons. Just sorry to do this. Let's try and turn off. Pathfinding, that, you know, the little icon that goes above their head. Tutorial notifications. Is it the quest tracker? Yeah, NPC icons, don't need that on. Inactive, dress quacker. Does that go away now? Quest quacker. No. Quest marker icon. I don't know how to turn that off, unfortunately. Just like that quest logo thing to go away when we're following NPCs and stuff. So we're leading a bunch of rookies against hardened, bloodthirsty rebels. Not good.
We may speak freely here.
Sure. Yeah?
So, what's the plan?
The plan was making new weapons for my so-called fighters. I send my best climber, Voss, up the drum route to get the materials we need. Wide maws leave metal pods we use for crafting at its summit.
Right.
But the derangement has made them as dangerous as the climb to reach them. Voss has yet to return. We have defenses to set up, and we are running out of time. If the Savior of Meridian is willing to lend us her strength a little longer,
You know who I am?
I believe you can get us what we need.
You know who I am.
Red hair, bow, fights better than 10 warriors put together. You're well known. And so
Interesting.
is your little disagreement with the chorus.
Can
Ah.
Plainsong help?
Plainsong has abandoned all settlements this far out.
Then why not just leave? They're clearly outnumbered and under-equipped.
It's their home, right?
Head to safety.
Have you ever seen a flower so small and white? When it falls, it looks like snow in spring. My daughter called them winter song. She carried their seeds to the day she drew her last breath. Now those seeds grow in the grove at the heart of Riverhymn, planted by my own hands, as do the ones of every brother and sister taken from us during the Red Raids. I will not abandon them.
Understandable. Okay. How old was she?
I'm sorry about your daughter.
The raids took her from me. I found my peace in every cordial that fell beneath my spear.
Oh, the Red Raids. Sorry.
Now all I have left of her is planted in the grove here. No Tenakth will force me out.
Do all Utaru carry seeds with them?
We are given our pouches soon after we're born. When we die, the seeds are buried. A reminder that our deaths bring new life. It is how we remain one with the rhythm of the world.
You know Zoe?
You know Zoe?
I knew the warrior who led the bravest of my tribe against the Karja. But the Zoe that came back from the rout spends too much time dwelling on things that just had to be done. I'm not one for regrets.
Sure.
I don't think I caught your name.
Q. I am the Metal Weaver of Riverhymn. But all you really need to know about me is that I plan to keep my people alive.
Sure.
Thanks to you, we might actually have a chance at that.
Yeah, so Riverhymn, not Riverhymn, and Q, not QA. Okay, the drum route.
What makes the path up to the drum route so dangerous?
It's a cave of sunken passages and gaping caverns that only the very skilled can navigate. It serves as a safe haven for my people, but machines have patrolled its deepest passageways ever since the derangement. Even so, Riverhymn and the Grove live off its waters. We are connected to it as much as we are to the seeds growing behind you.
Nice talking to a pragmatic Utaru, right? Less sentimental. Not sentimental, but just... I don't know. Like, the chorus are almost a bit nihilistic, right? Or return to the earth kind of thing, like resigned. And the metal pods off the Widemores.
Tell me more about these metal pods.
They are tricky to collect. The Widemores sow them. One must be quick enough to gather them before the soil and water take them. But their metal is among the sturdiest I've ever weaved. Without them, our chances of survival are slim.
Sure. So you need me to climb up there, get the metal stuff, rescue your people?
Oh, if there's no convincing you to leave, I guess we're making some weapons.
You have my thanks. There's no time to waste. Follow me. This way.
To the path.
With those pods and a whole lot of luck, we just might get out of this alive. Let's hope these sprouts can hold their ground against a squad of machines. I can only cover so much ground, and my joints aren't what they used to be.
Sure.
Looked to me like they chose to stay here as much as you did.
It'll be the fight of their lives, that's for sure.
It's what makes a warrior, right? What turns a man
Almost
into
there.
a warrior.
This is the best we can do to hide those who cannot fight. But if we fall, the Tenakth will find them sooner than later. We're here.
Yeah, that's a bad change, isn't it?
This is it. Do you have any questions?
No, we've asked everything. I'm alright.
I'm ready.
Good luck. Come see me at the forge when you're done.
Alright, beautifully lit. Especially at night. Guess we just follow the torches.
Guess I better start finding my way up to the top.
Bitter leaf. Wow.
I need to find a way up there.
It sounds like someone's in danger or distress. Smacks herself in the head with it. Yeah, I reckon if we swim over. No way.
I'll shoot it as I go.
So we can go underneath, we can go up top. Wasn't there a chest? Am I going nuts? Possibly.
Don't think I'm getting anywhere through here.
Oh no.
There doesn't seem to be an easy way to climb in this cave.
Damn
There's
it.
tunnels up here. There might be some underwater.
Yes, I've seen them, don't
Maybe
worry.
they can lead me someplace with a path through these caves.
Oh god, straight in the rocks. Yeah, we need some tech for this. It's a bit weird how they've gated parts of some of the quests like this. Or, well, I don't know. It'll encourage a lot of backtracking, but backtracking is not always a great thing in open world games, right?
I'm guessing that's Faust. These wounds were made by machines.
They dead?
I should take his seed pouch to Q. That
Damn it.
seems to mean a lot to the Ataro. Borrowers. The same ones that killed Faust, probably.
Do we need to strike these?
Shooting that should release a cloud of spores to hide in.
Oh my god. Why are these things so strong?
Much better.
Honestly.
Let's find a way up these caves.
Oh, sorry about that. That was terrible. Borrowers. I think this quest might be quite high level, to be honest. Oh, no. Level 15. Up we go. Not bad. God. Always catch you those the long jumps to grab stuff, man. And where exactly are we now? Completely lost. Okay, cool. So we can get around it at least.
Don't find green shine too often.
So I guess that's interesting, right? Maybe if you come here later, you can just go straight through there. Right, we can jump across there. Let's have a look up here first. Please be good. Damn it! No, we need sparkers anyway when we're using this bolt blaster. Oh! Did I even need to do that? I'm not sure I did. Oh, there we go. Okay, and then what? We glide. Oh no! Scheiße! You just let me out. Where was the ladder? Nonsense. I think I had the wrong idea there, gliding. So much energy, Aloy. So we go across here. Across here. Up here. Then what? I mean, yeah, we need to get across there. Oh, no, no, no. Got you. Nice, 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 nice. Why did I do that? I was trying to get to this, that's why. Not worth it at all.
Wings holding up.
Right, let's do that again. Sorry about that. I had to go for the chest. I mean, come on. Alright.
If I time it right, I might be able to jump and use my polecaster to get to the other side.
Oh gosh. Well, we can keep climbing that way. There's a big old chest back here though. Nice.
I can grab this
Sludge.
for my stash later.
Up we go, Aloy.
Made it. Time to find those wide maws.
Yeah, what the hell are like robotic hippopotamuses doing here? Here we go.
Those pods they're ejecting. They must be the ones Q needs. Looks like I can just pick them up once they fall to the ground.
They expire quickly or something?
I can get them without the machines ever knowing I'm here.
Yeah, I think they expire. Yeah, they dissolve in the water or something. Right, let's get tagging. Where are you, big boy?
Shock ammo's not much use against that.
There were a couple of burrowers. Yeah, there's one very far away. So really, if we get to the grass over there. Maybe take out the burrowers. Oh, maybe we can get in and out. Oh, there's a third one. Sneaky bastard. There are other ways we can approach as well. We've got that land bridge.
I can override their orders now.
No. Then they'll fight the Widemore. How many do I need? 6. Oh god. Yeah, we need to get rid of the burrowers. I'd rather just slowly walk behind the Widemore.
Prepared.
Yeah, we gotta get rid of this guy though. With a stealth kill, not with a trap. The trap will alert everyone else, I think. Yeah, you look at the wall, man. Oh, I think the other one's about to come around the bloody corner. He's hard at work, restoring the biosphere. I think. Now we gotta just take the burrowers out. And just make this as pain-free as possible. What? Right. What is your patrol path?
Could shoot it with fire.
God damn it. Yeah, come over here. The music's lovely though. I can't throw a rock. The Widemore will hear it. Right, once he turns around, we'll run over there. And then we'll be next to his patrol path. And then we'll just follow the wide moor and sweep up behind him. Hopefully you can swim quietly. I think some of it gets dropped in shallow water anyway. Right, that should be that. It's a beautiful clearing though, right? It'd be lovely when the machines are peaceful again. Great, I didn't think he'd be able to see behind the rock. He's still discharging them.
Got it.
Right, you get down to business.
That's what should do.
Right, let's not get cocky. Is this like water stealth? No, no, no.
There we go. That should do it. Better get back to Q with these.
Alright. There's, yeah, the drum route. Right, so I imagine...
She won't be bothered by acid.
There's a quick way down. I imagine there's a quick way down. If I just followed the water stream, maybe? Just don't know how to get up to that land bridge. Now, there are some more burrowers over here, but let's just try and go back this way. That wasn't clever. Yeah, that's how we get back. There's only one thing for it, Aloy!
Steady.
Q! My friend! I'm back. That's so satisfying, getting back like that. Let's top off our resources. It's been a while. Right, do you got any services here? No? Stitchers, weapon vendors?
I got what you needed.
Not a moment too soon. Did you find Voss?
Bad news.
I brought his seed pouch back.
I pray it'll be the last I bury. But now I need to get the weapons ready.
Let's hope it'll be enough.
It'll have to be.
Might need to use the hammer a bit harder though. We've all got helmets on. To the death.
Hold them off!
Oh! Ow!
This is our home!
I am sick of these guys. Oh! Oh! No.
Okay. Pain's easing.
This is our home!
Yeah, it is.
This is our home!
Nice shot.
This is our home!
These bristlebacks. Time for the big guns. Oh!
Ammo first.
Our people need us!
Taking my shot! This is our home!
Oh, that was
Search
close.
that grassy area!
What are you doing? Oh, I am sick of you. Nice shot, dude. Oh, you're not on my side.
Our people need us!
Oh, I'm out of heals. Swig.
Our people need us!
I'm winded. I need to get my stamina back.
Let's stick it with paste. You're too fast, buddy. It's like playing Prey. Blow him up! Oh, that's sick. Oh! Oh, don't move! Don't move when you shoot this bow.
This is our home!
Otherwise it won't be accurate. Getting pretty good with these headshots. We did it. That was sick.
Guess these young ones knew how to aim after all. Even so, we owe you this victory, Huntress.
It wasn't my strategy or craft that got us here, Q.
Yeah.
I just brought in some parts.
Even so, I want you to have this. It did good by my people. It'll do good by you.
I'll take good care of it.
Be safe out there.
Spent so much money on this sharp shot bow. What's this? Can you use sharp shot bow? It's only a uncommon though, it's not a rare.
Outsider. I'll help you.
Right, let's loot everything.
Look who it is.
And then we'll go back in and talk to everyone. I don't know if I knocked the tail off the claw strider. No. I was trying. So I did a little bit better with the shredder gauntlet. We're a bit low on resources for this. Machine muscle's quite important, it seems. Stamina potions. Don't think we've used one of them yet. Nice work, everyone. We all earned our stripes today. And I didn't die once. No retries. Right, Riverhymn. Was someone offering a side quest?
I do not trust you.
Oh, Jesus. I do not trust you.
Oh, hi.
Is that you again, Q? Hang on. Let's just see what this bow is all about. Q's sharp shot bow. The result of Q's metal weaving. This bow is quick on the draw and best used at shorter range to tear off machine parts. Can be upgraded to land critical hits more often. Interesting. So it is a sharp shot bow, but it's a short range sharp shot bow. Curious. Whereas this is definitely a long range one. So the ammo is doing 74 impact, 52 tear, 45, 56, 74, 52. So it's really not that much better until we upgrade it. So we'll stick with the hard weave bow. I'm quite happy with our loadout currently, to be honest. Right, so let's talk to Q. And then we'll spend our skill points, then we'll read some data points.
The first bloom of the winter song. I can feel the heaviness of my years fade away just by looking at them.
They're beautiful.
It was good to see the young ones fight for this place. I'll be damned if those sprouts didn't hold their own, strong as the roots of a proud tree. Just don't tell them I said that.
Your secret's safe.
Now, I better make sure our newly victorious warriors don't injure themselves while celebrating.
Good work, Q.
The air feels cooler.
We should catch
Sun's going down.
Right, has any vendors appeared here? Yes. God, I thought she was on her front then. That's why found that really confusing. I guess it's Q who we buy stuff from, right?
Hunter to hunter, let's trade.
No, it's not.
There must be something we can do.
Right, you sell smoke bombs, too expensive. We've got loads of stuff to sell. That's such a disappointing amount of cash, let's be honest. Thank you. Here's the workbench. Right, I would quite like to upgrade this sticky paste sling thing. Even if it's only an uncommon, but quite a significant damage increase, particularly for the blast bombs. I like things that just do flat damage for when you tie something down or you load it up with a status effect, and then you can just hit it with a load of heavy damage. We've got a few bristleback circulators, so we specifically need the tusks for that now. Now, we have been using this. It's good for overdraw. So, at max level it would be 3065. Let's just compare that to the normal hunter bow. Yeah, much better damage-wise. At max level, that's 2860. And that would be 3065. So it is better, but we need a claw strider tail. Might as well get the first level upgrade. We might need that stuff to get the overrides, I'm not sure. Let's get level 2. I use the rope caster way too much. Oh, we can max level it. Excellent. A scrapper radar. Perfect. And it's got a coil slot. Beautiful. Right. We can upgrade the bolt blaster. We use this loads too, so let's do that. Expensive, but overdraw damage. Good, good, good. Need some more green shine for that. The shredder. Okay, I just used the green shine. Grazer rotor horn, and we've not run into bellowbacks yet. That's a shame. Cool, I'm happy with that. So the anointed set we could upgrade to max level, so more impact damage, more better shock and acid, and it unlocks the weaves. So yeah, definitely worth it. Yeah, we use the bows so much, and concentration is just really great. Stealth is good, but it does slow down the game so much doing the stealth because you have to wait for like patrol routes and stuff. I think concentration is just great, so more concentration, and we can stick a weave in there now as well. No pouch upgrades available because I've not been killing any animal. I think you can buy all the animal hides from vendors at least. So there's always that. Right, so we unlocked coil on the rope caster. Increased damage dealt while falling or sliding seems a bit pointless. Okay, there's probably specific coils for this one. Okay, and then the anointed. Got an empty slot here. Defense against plasma damage. We've not really encountered too much of that yet. Just on a few burrowers, I think. Fired. So this is all defensive. What do we run into most? Should we just take flat damage? Melee attacks. Weaves are permanent, aren't they? I can't remember. Or they're destroyed upon use. I'm going to just take the flat melee defense here. No, it's not permanent. Fair enough. Right, I am happy with that. And then we've got a bunch of skill points, and then we'll read some data points. Machine Master will leave until we get some more overrides sorted out. Crafting stuff is good. Faster to consume. Yeah, I'll take that. Bouncing bombs. I did say I liked that. Triple shredder. Oh, right. So if we catch it, we get to reuse it. I understand. Carry more medicinal. Oh, God's sake. Why didn't I get that sooner? I quite like the sounds of this on the Shredder Gauntlet. Definitely will be useful. The weave slot has been unlocked. Yep. Got you.
I specialize in your survival.
Right, so let's have a little read then. Preferably subordinate function focused. Yeah, so here they all are. Oh, who was that? Solana, of course. Artemis, Apollo, Demeter, Poseidon, Minerva, Hephaestus, and Aether. Okay, let's start with Minerva. No, I already read Minerva's, right? Yeah, I already read Minerva's. Right, big bad Hephaestus. So Hephaestus is the Zero Dawn subordinate function responsible for designing and building machines needed by other parts of the system to regenerate life on Earth. During the construction of Zero Dawn in 2065 and 66, Hephaestus's software developed by Alpha Project lead Margot Shen. It was one of the first subordinate functions to be deployed when Minerva's code-breaking efforts successfully deactivated the robots of the Pharaoh Swarm. The centuries after, Gaia used Hephaestus in tandem with Aether, Poseidon, Demeter, and Artemis, designing and building the machines they needed to restore the biosphere. Given its broad mandate and essential role, it is the largest and most powerful subordinate function. When Hades was infected by the mysterious signal that gave it malevolent consciousness, Gaia destroyed herself to prevent it from taking over and triggering another extinction. At this time, Hephaestus, deranged and semi-conscious, fled to the network that connects the world's cauldron facilities. Hephaestus now functions with a warped set of priorities determined to protect the machines used by the terraforming system from human predation. To do so, it infiltrates cauldrons to build combat machines, which it then deploys against human hunters. Unlike Hades, it doesn't wish to exterminate humanity, only cull hunters that kill too many machines. As such, overhunting by human tribes often spurs Hephaestus to deploy ever more powerful combat units to the affected area. In most cases, Hephaestus is only able to partially control the cauldrons it haunts, but at least once, in the icy Banuk territory known as the Cut, it attempted to build its own cauldron to accelerate construction of combat machines. This effort was halted by Aloy, working in tandem with a Banuk Werak led by the siblings Aratak and Aurea. Obviously that's the Frozen Wilds DLC. Awesome. Right, so Aether will be the first one we go after. So Aether is the Zero Dawn subordinate function responsible for the detoxification and stabilization of Earth's atmosphere. So the weather was it the weather? It was one of the first subordinate functions to be deployed when Minerva's code-breaking efforts successfully deactivated the robots of the Pharaoh Swarm. For centuries after, it worked through machines built by Hephaestus to scrub the Earth's atmosphere of toxins, moderate the climate, and establish stable weather patterns. When Hades was infected by the mysterious signal that gave it malevolent consciousness, Aether, deranged and semi-conscious, fled to a processor somewhere in the Forbidden West. Okay, a few of these might be very similar in their descriptions. Poseidon is the Zero Dawn subordinate function responsible for the detoxification of Earth's hydrosphere. Developed by Alpha Project lead Catalina Garcia Fernandez. For centuries after, it worked through machines built by Hephaestus to cleanse Earth's oceans, rivers, lakes, and streams of pollutants, preparing these waters to sustain life. It fled. They're all deranged, I guess. Fair enough. Fled to a processor somewhere in the Forbidden West. Demeter. It's responsible for the reintroduction and subsequent nurturing of Earth's plant life. It was designed by Alpha Project lead Tanaka Nato. Nato? It was one of the later subordinate functions to be deployed. It was only after Aether and Poseidon had sufficiently purified Earth's skies and seas of toxins that plant life could be reintroduced via seed banks and caches of genetic material. For centuries after, Demeter worked through machines built by Hephaestus to plant, nurture, and sustain vegetation throughout the world. Demeter is responsible for the distribution of strange metal flowers throughout the world. Because Tanaka Naoto loved poetry, Demeter embeds verses in the form of code fragments into these devices as a tribute to its creator. So I guess we'll only be able to get to the flowers after Demeter's back in the system. Fair enough. Apollo was intended to be responsible for the education and cultural uplift of humanity, designed by Alpha Project lead Samina Ibaji. It was supposed to be the last subordinate function to be deployed, after Eleuthia had birthed a new generation of humans stored from genetic material in its cradle facilities. Apollo was to give them a comprehensive education, including the history of mankind. But Ted Pharaoh prevented that from happening. To keep future humans from grasping his culpability for the robot plague that destroyed the world, he purged the Apollo database and murdered all of Zero Dawn's Alpha Project leads. As a result, the new generation of humans never received knowledge of the past. They were released into the wilds as teens. Left to their own devices, they fragmented into primitive tribes. Stripped of its database, Apollo still exists, but only as an empty shell. When Hades was infected, Gaia destroyed herself to prevent it from taking over. And at this time, Apollo, deranged and semi-conscious, fled to a processor somewhere in the world. So, but the obvious, caveat here is that Far Zenith has a copy of Apollo, don't they? We heard that negotiation between Elizabeth and Tilda Vandermeer. So, maybe there could be some way we could steal it or negotiate for it, as Tilda obviously was interrupted by evil bald guy when she said she was about to say, I think it would be more maybe efficient or effective, and then she got cut off, and Captain Half Haircut Eric tried to murder us. Okay, Artemis. Responsible for the reintroduction and subsequent nurturing of Earth's animal life. It was developed by Alpha Project lead Charles Ronson. It was one of the later subordinate functions to be deployed when Minerva's code-breaking efforts, successfully deactivated the robots. It was only after Aether and Poseidon had sufficiently purified Earth's skies and seas of toxins, and Demeter had brought back plant life that animals could be reintroduced via caches of genetic material. Centuries after, Artemis worked through machines built by Hephaestus to nurture and sustain animals throughout the world. This time, Artemis, deranged and semi-conscious, fled to a processor somewhere in the world. I guess it sets up more sequels, right? Maybe we could go to different continents, meet completely foreign cultures. I mean, I guess everyone has been introduced to speak in a singular language, right? Universal culture in a lot of ways. Alright, so we've still got a lot of other characters to fill in. I think it was good to get the subordinate functions there. Yeah, we've read these. Yeah, Plain Song. I find these quite difficult to spot for some reason. Black boxes, yeah.
Down to one engine.
Yeah, we've already listened to that. Lens of midday. Dome-shaped piece of glass. Yeah, it's a camera lens, right? Data module. Yeah. We need to take that back to base. And a few other things we've not really seen yet. Excellent. So we have, at least for the time being, rescued Riverhymn. Rohirrim! God, everything's a Lord of the Rings quote, isn't it? Right. So there's these areas here of these wildlands. We've got some ruins here. Hunting grounds. I don't know, you can get decent rewards from that stuff, but it can be a little frustrating doing all the timed stuff. But we can always stop by there. But we need to head back to Plainsong before we head west. We obviously got this sort of a valley here. There's a road. There is a road that leads into this valley where the Eclipse hideout is. Well, I think I would like to just go west sooner rather than later, but some of this stuff we can't really access. We need to be able to dive deeper. When did we get this quest? Talk to Jax. Nutaru Jax seeks the help of a squad of Tanaka who are a long way from home. Okay, did we get asked this in Plainsong? Is my brain just escaping me here? Yeah, return to Bree. We can't get into that dig site yet. We need to head back to the Daunt for these two. This is only a level 10, the Eclipse hideout stuff, and we've got our little sniper bow now. Okay, that's alright. So yeah, I think we should probably go to Plainsong, and then we'll probably get a charger mount, and then we'll make a journey back into the Daunt, maybe. Finish off a few quests here, finish off the mini-game tutorial here, try and finish this quest. Maybe. It is a bit of a trek to do without fast travelling, but yeah. It would be decent. I don't know if Erend has moved into the base yet, so we need to go there. yeah, loads of stuff to do. But we'll head back to Plainsong in the next video. So I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Leave me a thumbs up. If you did, just remember everyone, never trust an uncrate. I'll see you next time.